Simon,
You're scared.
I've lost everything. Burnt every bridge.
If I don't catch a ton of fish or get some help somehow, they'll arrest me.
I'm trapped.
No more talking, Simon. Maybe God can get your attention now.
Hi, you're watching Movie Guide. I'm Evie Bear Carroll, and we're here at The Chosen at NRB. This is just premiered. Dallas Jenkins is the director. This is an amazing project that you guys have had for a long time.
Right.
Talk about the whole coming together of it.
Yeah, so we just showed episode 1 of season 1 of The Chosen. It's the first multi-season series about the life of Christ. So there's been movies, there's been mini-series, but there's never been a multi-season show that you can binge watch and really dig into the characters and see Jesus through their eyes. And so it all started, a year and a half ago with this short film that I did for my church's Christmas Eve service. It was just the birth of Christ from the perspective of the shepherds. And that's all it was going to be. It was just this short film for my church. And long story short, it got in the hands of some other people. I had this idea for a show, but I didn't know what to do with it. The short film was used to raise investment through crowdfunding, which I didn't think was going to work. But some of my partners had this idea. I thought it was crazy. Again, long story short, we ended up raising over $10 million from 16,000 people around the world to fund season 1. Shattered crowdfunding records. It shattered my expectations in my mind. Brought me a lot closer to God because I began to realize and rely on His provision. And so, the process of getting here has been the hardest but most rewarding experience of my life. And then now we finally are able to debut these episodes.
Yeah, that crowdfunding is a new concept. Like, it's outside of Hollywood,
right.
To do this. So I'm sure it was scary.
A project like this, sorry to cut you off, but yeah, it was scary. But the concept of doing this outside of the Hollywood system, this is a story that we have to get right. And Hollywood's golden rule is he who has the gold makes the rules. And so we thought for a project like this, we need to make our own rules. And so we got it financed by the people, people who want to see a show like this, and clearly there's a hunger for, I think, the authenticity of capturing the stories of Christ and His followers in a human way that perhaps hasn't been done before. Yeah,
and the lighting, the scoring, it was very beautifully done. Talk about bringing all the production team together and the casting together.
Yeah, well, our rule with the cast and crew was we're finding the best person for the part. We don't care about name actors. We don't need stars. We want this to be purely authentic. And with the cast and the crew, it was just who's going to help us deliver this raw authenticity and this humanity. Because I've seen some great Jesus projects, and so I this isn't a negative about any of them, but there's been some that I haven't felt emotionally connected to because maybe they were a little bit more stiff or formal or reverent, and this is very much about the humanity of it. And so when we were casting, the cool thing is that each cast member, I wasn't able to screw it up because there was obviously, the choice was so obvious. There was one person for each part. God made it abundantly clear, and so I couldn't get in the way and let my own perceived wisdom get in the way of who God wanted for each of these roles. So it was really a cool process to experience as much as it was to execute.
Yeah, and TV really has to do with, the characters you're presenting and the writing. Who did it? Because there was so much suspense in just that first one.
Yeah.
Talk about that process.
Yeah, well, that's the cool thing. So episode 1 is the setup. I mean, that's how shows are. A lot of times you watch the first episode of a show, a multi-season show, and you're like, oh, not a lot happened. Like, we were just getting introduced to the world. And so that's one of the things I love about TV is it allows you to take your time. And so the writers, my writing partners are named Ryan and Tyler, and we've worked together before, but we worked really hard on taking the stories from the Gospels and then working backwards a little bit to develop the backstories of some of these people who met Christ. So we know what happened when they met Him. We don't know a lot about what happened before that. And when you enter into the before, the redemption and the meeting of Jesus is that much more powerful, and it allows the audience to experience it with them. And so we believe that if you can see Jesus through the eyes of those who actually met Him, you can be changed in the same way that they were.
So where can audiences see this? Because like we said, it's outside of the Hollywood system.
Yeah.
Where can audiences see
So
it?
some people have said, well, what channel is this going to be on? Where can I see this on TV? Again, this wasn't done through Hollywood, so we're doing it outside. So they can watch the first 4 episodes at thechosen.tv. So www.thechosen.tv. And what we're doing is this kind of unique strategy and system of releasing it on this website first. If people want to see it in advance, eventually it'll be on the VidAngel streaming platform.
Okay.
VidAngel is a really cool streaming platform that's on the rise. But for now, if they just go to thechosen.tv, they can watch episode 1 for free. And then if they want, they can watch all 4 episodes in advance through that website.
What do you want from me?
Follow me.
He performs miracles and seeks no credit? Who did this?
I don't know his name. His time for men to know has not yet come.
We've waited for you for so long, we believe.
You have much bigger things ahead of you, Simon, son of Jonah.
Anything is possible now. Don't you see?
Would you at least know him if you saw him again?
I will know him for the rest of my life.